we've been told that martyrdom is the crowning achievement of the woman who is valued. And honestly, I've watched that make more miserable lives than I've ever seen it actually provide value to people behind the closed doors and behind curtains that you get to peek into. And you're like, but I don't know that I buy the I'm so joyful and happiness thing. Like, I don't know that I can feel that around you. And now that I trust my feelings, I'm trusting energy, I'm reading this right. That's not a pure vibration. You're not that happy.
Oh, you're not that happy. So, and it's true. It's true. And people know that, deep down. And so then the question is like, how do I get out of my people pleasing tendencies?
Yeah.
Like, what is that actually looking like?
That's been, so to me, it's been just a lot. It's a journey into graciousness with yourself and not giving away your power. I think there's like combination of like, how can I be kind and reparent myself is a big piece of it. Some things like, I made a mistake, I'm late, I let someone down. It's okay. I see that you're doing your best. It's like what I would say to my daughter. It's like, I was so mean to myself. And I write about it in the book of like bitchy Brittany and pleasing Prudence. And like, they're always guilt tripping me with some bullshit variety that I've chosen. But it's like, for me, getting out of people pleasing is not betraying yourself and actually getting reconnected to your wants and needs. I was so disconnected from all my wants and needs. Like the most vulnerable time for me in this whole journey was when I decided to take 2 hours. And then I sat there and realized I didn't even know what to do with 2 hours. And I judged myself harshly for that moment. So I literally had to sit down and be like, what do I even like for fun? What's fun for me? What have I ever, and I couldn't come up with anything. So like, what have I ever done that I felt like I liked? There, I got a list going. It was like 2 or 3 things. I quickly found out it was nature. I quickly found out I actually loved my inner world. Part of being highly sensitive is I have a very vibrant world. You could lock me in a room and I'm going to have a freaking party in my brain. And I literally didn't know that about myself. So that was really magical. And then I liked dancing. It's like, I haven't danced in so long for myself or just by myself, just to music. So I kind of leaned in on those 3 things and then spiced it up here and there with like a float experience or, a cryo tank experience here and there, or acupuncture, like something that felt really unique and fun and adventurous. But that to me is people pleasing. Like you have to, you're so disconnected from your needs and wants.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why it's so powerful. Like if to me, there's got to be a point if you're trying to uphold stronger boundaries, if you're trying to, or clearer boundaries, I should say, if you're trying to get out of people pleasing, what are you going to do to shift the pattern? Like, what are you going to do to interrupt the pattern, which is pick one thing that you are unapologetically like, you're not budging on ever at all.
Yeah.
And it maybe it's the 2 hours, maybe it's something else, but, and then show up for that. And I think what was really fascinating for me of like in this story, it's those little moments of like, this is one I connected with for sure. And you're like, okay, I have my 2 hours in my calendar. And somebody on your team is like, oh, I see you have a block here. Can we put this meeting in here? Right. And it's like during your 2 hours, and I forget what you said it was titled. And it's like, I feel like so many little moments like that come up with entrepreneurs. I talk to my friends about this all the time. And it's like, those are all of the little places we budge. And then now suddenly when you had 2 hours blocked out every single day, it just turned into, I somehow now only have 20 minutes to myself because I let that budge in that moment. I think that's what most people do.
Yeah. And then you sit there and you betray yourself, which goes back to the people pleaser tendencies. And then we normalize it because martyrdom as a mom and entrepreneur, because it shows up in both ways, like fall on the sword for the team, take one for the team. Like we have all of those phrases that we feel like are just badges of honors for how loyal and great we are to work for. But the truth is, every time I betrayed myself, I modeled to my team how to burn out faster. And what I actually believe is if we attracts like, coaches attract clients like them, entrepreneurs attract employees like them. And the truth is, like, I had attracted burnout cases, amazing humans, super talented and amazing, but all of us sacrificed too much for the company. And so when I had to show up like that and stick to my guns, I knew it because I was sick of hearing the team complain about burnout. Because what they were mirroring for me was that I was actually so out of whack myself, but I didn't have eyes to see it till I face planted. So I was like, no, we are all collectively miserable at this, which means someone has to be good at it. And it might as well be the leader because that'll do the most to shift the paradigm.